You know, it's this type of thing happens.
All right, we're good.
This week we have 190.
It just needs a second motion, you guys know.
It's famous.
Yeah, the Guilford City of King.
Making those plans, I said, why
Do
not?
you know if anybody's watching the live stream, or can you hop on to YouTube and see if we're, if you don't mind?
It's not like he's getting paid to do that, right?
It's right.
It looks like it's from our side, it's
good.
So I gotta bring me to the city website.
Hey, guys, it is showing up online.
Good.
Okay, great, thank you.
Oh,
You're
we
welcome.
did it.
So we are,
We're good.
we're good.
Okay, good evening. We're going to go ahead and get started. We apologize for the late start. We had some technical difficulties, and we wanted to make sure that everybody was able to get on and that we were streaming. So it's 7:22. We're calling the meeting to order. This is our Common Council Caucus. And in attendance in person, we have Alderman Tony Davis. We have Alderman Rennie Scott Childress, Alderwoman Naima Muhammad. We have Council President Andrea Shaw. We have Court Counsel also in attendance tonight. We have D. Sills, who is hosting for us tonight. And in virtual attendance, we have Alderman Frankel, Alderwoman Hill, and Alderman Mike Oliveri. Michelle Hirsch, Alderwoman Hirsch, sent me a message and said that she would be late. So she may show up tonight. And not sure where Alderman Shabbat is tonight. I know that he is preparing to leave, but I thought he would be here
He
tonight.
said he was gonna try to log in today, so I don't
Okay.
think we should.
All right.
Pat him back.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started.
He's having a new grandbaby.
Okay.
Yep. Everybody has a legislation list?
Yep.
Okay, good.
I vote yes, 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 no, yes, no.
All right.
All right. So let's go. So on our legislation list tonight, the first few are from the Finance Committee. So Rennie, if you want to go ahead and let us know what these entail?
Sure, these are virtually all end of the year
But just transfers?
transfers, yeah, to bring all the books down to zero. Two of them are not, we can go over those, so, resolution, 50 is just, is closing out the book, in Public Works. Resolution 51.
To replace a broken street light.
Yes, I don't remember that. Oh, that was from our first meeting. We had two meetings, right? And so that one, in the end, I think is also no financial impact because we're moving it from one place to another. 52 is fully expend the REIT's capital reserve. Okay, so these don't have the attached.
The proposed resolutions, the actual resolutions, you have to get off the website. We don't have physical copies of them
Okay.
here.
Well, this one does have financial impact because, as I remember it, we're bringing money over.
So that, that was $298,621.50.
Right, and that's what we're paying, the city's paying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's our.
More copies.
Thank you.
Okay,
So 52. 53 then is, in furtherance to that same item. And so this is to spend the monies from the grant, the Conservation Climate Smart Communities Grant, for the State Infrastructure Project. So this is $1 million, but that is largely passed through. Right?
And that's
So-
for the Climate Smart, that was from the Climate Smart
Communities Grant.
Communities Grant.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
deep state and green infrastructure. 54 is in regard to the Edward Memorial Fund for materials and supplies to be used for the creation of 2 of the decorative lunettes out there in the Common Council. Estimated financial impact is $4,021. But these actually also are no financial impact to us because they're coming from a fund developed by a volunteer organization. And so this is on a reimbursement basis. This is former Councilman Patrick O'Reilly actually got this going. So that is going to be a pass-through grant as well. Resolution 55, I cannot speak to because it's about the pilot agreement related to the Stuyvesant Charter apartment redevelopment
Okay,
at, through Kingston Housing Authority, and I will recuse myself since I'm a member of the Board of Commissioners over there.
okay. So resolution number 55, as Rennie said, is the pilot agreement. You all are, everyone that's online, all are aware of this. Yes, any questions on this? No? Okay, good. All right, resolution number 56, that's also from finance.
Bridget, may I just ask a question for co-counsel? I don't have the rules in front of me, so I don't know if you remember, but I've excused Steve Schaub for tomorrow's meeting. And of course, Rennie will be recusing himself, so we'll have 7. So is the majority of 7, or the majority of, it is the majority of 7?
56, resolution 56, this is the transfer in the city clerk's budget, an amount of $33,000 to cover the expense of renovations, including new furniture and carpet in the conference room, as well as the corridor furniture. Everybody from finance, remember that, right?
Yeah, so this would have a we'd be able to move this from contingency. So it's a $33,000 deal.
Resolution number 57 came out of public safety.
And again, this was just to reflect what is in the speed limit that is recorded there, posted there near the schools, and make that reflective of what's in the, I believe, in the code. It was difference there, so that is what this was, this making sure that the speed limit reflects what was posted and in the speed, on the roads, near the schools is what's in, our code already for those locations.
That's 15 miles an hour. I think I was in that public safety meeting.
Yes.
Resolution number 58, that came out of laws and rules, and this is having to do with the Kingston Forward rezoning project and classifying it as a type 1 action, and that the Common Council would act as lead agency on this. Right, all right with that? Remember that one? Okay,
Where did this come out of again, sorry?
this came out of laws and
Rules,
rules.
okay.
Yeah, and that was number 58. 59, this also was laws and rules, and this is related to the one above and issuing a positive declaration in connection with the Kingston Forward rezoning project under the State Environment Quality Review Act process pursuant to 6 NYCRR. Section, I think that should say, it says section part 16 and scheduling of public scoping. Okay,
So what needs to be,
so this is, we're classifying this as, this is gonna be a type 2, yes, right?
Sorry, which one? I'm sorry.
Which was 59?
59.
59,
That's the
or,
Franklin-
okay,
That's the
that's,
Franklin Street, or is that the rezoning?
this is the rezoning.
That's type 1. That's where it has to go through the public scoping and
Okay,
it's a more involved process.
yeah. All right, Any questions? No. Resolution number 60 is issuing a negative declaration in connection with the Franklin Street Complete Streets Project and the State Environmental Quality Review Act process. That's also came out of laws and rules. Anyone have any questions on that? Remember John came in, they talked to us about that. All right,
Yes, you guys had a meeting with.
we had a meeting with the community
Okay.
and everyone seemed to get their questions answered. Okay. Resolution number 61, the ordinance admitting an ordinance in relation to the traffic on the public streets of the city of Kingston, New York, removing handicap parking. That's public safety.
Yeah, so we can just street for it, someone, it doesn't need the handicap parking on the Bennett Street, so we're just removing it. Next one is me as well. So as it's coming back, resolution 62, it was a clerical error and from last month's public safety and remove, it should have said remove of no parking signs, and it was incorrectly said handicap parking. So that just had to come back to clarify that.
Resolution number 63, moving back to finance. Yeah, the majority of these are from finance, budgetary transfers. Rennie, you want to speak to us?
Yeah, we don't need to because all of these are budgetary transfers. A couple of them have some financial impact, but we've accounted for those. So you can look at them in more particulars. So that's going up to the ones for in the clerk's office, for example, there is some budgetary impact, but that is covered through contingency. Then we get to resolution 71. This is a retroactive payment to satisfy the Kingston Police KPFFA contract. So the financial impact here is $275,000. That is money that will come out of the general fund. So
Wait, did we missed 70,
70.
resolution
also.
70. The,
All right, so we need to talk about that. That one is, for the new finance.
yes, sir.
Okay, so 70 is the ARPA expenditures. We had a long discussion about this the other night. The mayor had altered some of the figures so that there was about $400,000 more within that put to housing issues. And some of the money for the wayfinding signs was reduced. A couple other places were reduced to make way for that money. Any questions or concerns on that one?
And he also added monies to the minority women businesses.
Okay.
Can I go back? Would you guys want to consider a block vote for some of these? The order is not, I mean, you could block vote 63 to 69.
Yeah, that's what we did in the meeting.
Oh, yeah, so for tomorrow,
Yeah.
would you like to make a motion to
Yeah.
save Dee's voice a little bit?
That would be nice.
Actually, you still have to read them, you just read them.
I have to read them.
You can read all at once.
It doesn't really matter, yeah. I have
Yeah,
to
if you motion, somebody will motion to block resolution.
For the vote.
63 through 69. Dee will then have to read each one of them, but then I just ask on the question for each. So there'd be a motion, a second. So for somebody telling you, we want to second it, and then I'll call for the vote to block it. So, sorry, there's new members here. So we're gonna block the vote, which means instead of going through every resolution tomorrow night, a lot of these that are just cleaning up the budget, the end of the year budget, so it's 63 through 69, we'll have a motion to block them, which means you will all vote for them at the same time. So Rennie will do that and Tony's gonna second it. I'll call for the vote to block them. And if that passes, then Dee will, our clerk will read through each resolution and then I'll call for the vote and you'll be voting for those resolution, all of those resolutions at the same time. So is that okay? Okay.
Good. So where did we end? You talked about 71, 72, I think we are. And that was also,
Did he go through 70?
71 and 72 are also transfer, year-end transfers. Although 75 is going to have a financial impact of $77,000. That comes from contingency,
okay,
so the Office of Appropriation Council.
all right. So 71, 72, 73, and 74 are,
You want to block those two?
71?
71 to 74.
Well, and 75 though has a financial impact, so we should probably vote on that separately.
71.
71 or 74. So you guys will be prepared to motion a second?
Yep.
And if I go too fast, let me throw some, oh wait, you guys aren't even be here.
Just us.
You'll have to kick me.
Why would that, all right,
Oh,
We'll
it's Tom and
talk
council.
about that at the end.
Okay.
that's
All
right.
right. So moving on to resolution number 76. This is an ordinance amending sections 390-109.
That came out. Came out of public safety.
Safety, yep.
That came out of
So
public
again,
safety.
yeah, that was just a request from the mayor, I believe, and that, he was now spoke on that at public safety last month, or last month's public safety. It's just to make it on that Broadway street and in unison with what's already going on there. Instead of Grant Street has several meters that are parking meters that they're gonna remove them. And allow there to be 2-hour parking on there as well as, what's that street? Not Courts, no.
Which one did you say first?
Grant Street.
Grant Street, Grant.
What's the other one by UPAC?
Is that Field?
Field, yes. To make them 2-hour parking, and signs there instead of meter parking.
Okay. Resolution number 77. That came out of laws and rules, and that was adopted, updated language in section 346-1 to 346-5, the sidewalk cafe of the code of the city of Kingston. So this was to continue the outdoor dining, but there were some regulations added to it.
Has anybody heard anything from businesses about this? It was in favor, opposed?
The sidewalk cafe?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming restaurants would be in favor, but maybe not some of the other businesses wouldn't be, so I just wasn't sure if anybody has heard anything, or.
I've only heard a couple of businesses who are very much
In favor? Oh, that's all I've heard, I just was throwing the question out there in case.
Yeah, I've heard from so many businesses that are in favor of it. I have heard from some businesses that, they're concerned about losing the parking spots again.
Right, that's why I was
Especially
asking.
downtown,
Yeah.
which is so tough, but
It is, which is great, but
Correct.
not great.
not, because it's limited parking downtown.
Yeah.
That's, I've really never heard uptown. I appreciate, I had a conversation with the mayor before this came out in regard to this in preparation. And I appreciate of that, it's gonna be some more regulations in there and that, you just can't just pop up take parking spots for like one day and have it, those spots removed for, remaining 6 days. So I'm glad those are in there, but.
And he did say too, that people would have to get the permission
Correct.
from
Right.
the businesses.
And I think the neighbors that live above this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can only use the building or the parking in front of them,
In front of them.
or get the permission, so I just.
May I just chime in for a sec? I think based on the conversations or that I was present when the mayor made his introduction about this, I think they've really thought it through and really gone into detail on how to balance the pros and cons of parking versus outdoor parking versus outdoor dining. So I'm all for this, and I would say that the few restaurants uptown that I've talked to about this are totally for proceeding as soon as possible. They want to get going on the outdoor season.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions or comments on this one? No? All right, so we're moving to resolution 78, which also came out of laws and rules, although I don't particularly remember this one.
That was the foil
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that was amending the chapter 330 records of the code of the city of Kingston, having to do with FOIL.
Just basically cleaning it up so that it fits what we've been doing to what now the code will say, right?
Mhm.
And updating the address. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Say
So
what-
just clean, it's.
So
clean
kind of
up.
housekeeping things.
Our procedure wasn't what was in the code, so we're just going to
Alright,
clean it up.
Thank you.
so that's the oil really.
And resolution 79, laws and rules, amending common council rule, Roman numeral 112. I think that was the one authorizing the chair to sign on behalf of members not present
Yeah,
physically. Okay. Anybody have any questions on that? Okay. And resolution 80, authorizing adopting an additional bond ordinance for the Franklin Street Complete Streets project design and construction. I believe that bond was in the amount of $1 million.
Yes.
Okay, so that'd be a long.
Yes,
right?
that's a.
81 will be the long roll.
All right, and,
And,
yeah, 80,
and 79 is, needs a majority vote for us, because it's, anytime we amend our rules, it has to be a super majority, not majority.
Super-
a super
Super
majority.
majority.
So can you explain that maybe through the
The new-
members?
So we need 6 yay votes out of 9.
We can't,
So,
we have,
but we'll have 8,
Well,
so we'll still need 6,
so we, 6 out of 9 and then 6 out of 8?
because 5 would be the majority, and then 6 would be the minority, I mean, super majority. Is that correct?
Sorry, super majority.
Well, normally for super majority, we need 6 votes out of 9, we have 8 members, but 5 would just be a simple majority, so we would still need 6 votes for a super majority of 8. Correct? We can't have 5.5,
Yes.
so it has to be 6. It has to be greater than the majority, so 6, we need 6 out of 8 votes.
Instead of 6 out of 9, now we need 6 out of 8.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think there's any objections to this one, because.
No, we've already
It's going to
talked
make
about
everybody's
this and-
life easier. It's-
Yeah.
You don't have to come into
Mm-hmm.
the building to sign committee reports if you're virtual. So
Right.
I don't think it's gonna be an issue. I know somebody said something, but shouldn't be a problem to get the 6 votes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And,
That's-
Again, 81 is the actual bond ordinance for 80. All right, the resolution 82, that's out of finance. And that was authorizing the payment of the judgment to Cullen and Dykeman in the Aslan Environmental Services action. All right,
so we got this email from John Toohey, I think it was today, requesting revision of the bond ordinance. I'm just wondering, is this meant to be something for us to consider?
when did he send that?
Let's see, it's March 31st, actually. So I just was not clear. So it says, due to the current influence from the mayor, it says, due to the current inflationary economic environment, I've made inquiries to all city departments who have items on the city's 2022 capital plans where the cost estimates they provided at that time were prepared, and at a time when the budget was prepared, if they're still adequate. Multiple departments responded that additional funds will be needed with a total additional request of $141,000. This amount is partially offset by one item in the amount of $60,000 in the sewer camera. It will be removed from the capital plan as it is included in the ARPA economic recovery plans. So the funding source for the city's 2023 capital plan.
Oh, but this is that's communication.
Oh, that's.
So that would, yeah, I
That's
assigned
beyond
that.
this, yes.
Yeah.
That's right, that's it.
It's like, where is that? Where are you reading that? So like, where are you reading that? Yeah,
no, no, it's sent to me, because it's a community.
and it's sent to you as chair of
He just sent
finance.
you to give you a heads up.
Okay, so that's that's a
Yeah,
communication for next.
you will deal with
Rennie,
it.
scaring us, scaring us, Rennie.
Something like communication. It's like, yeah, it's there.
Okay, and so I think 82 was our last resolution.
Right.
Unless something's it. Anything else?
Do you want to just talk about what's happening tomorrow, just to make sure? So I'm going to be here with Dee, I don't know, you gonna be virtual?
I was planning to, unless that's a problem.
I don't think it should be a problem. So Dee and I will be here
With Janet.
with Janet. You guys will all participate virtually because we only have a hardwired mic, and this way, instead of passing it all over, Dee and I will be here. We also have a public hearing in the middle of tomorrow's meeting, which we've never done before. So I will just call I'll call the meeting to order. We'll do the first few business items. Then I will call, do I have to close the meeting? I don't
think she does. This isn't a statutory public hearing. This is a hearing pursuant to a grantor's request. So
I will call the public, I'll call the public hearing to order. We haven't had anybody sign up yet to speak.
No, we have some
That will
comments.
just be on the issue, the one issue, then I will close the public hearing and
What's
then
the
we'll
issue?
enter.
That's the Golden Hill, right?
No.
Who knows?
No.
Oh,
No,
that's tonight.
What's tomorrow?
this is the mental health response pilot.
Yeah,
It's, I think it's federal funding that requires some type of public hearing.
So how long is that gonna go for? The public
Six
hearing?
o'clock.
I highly doubt it will be long at all. We haven't had anybody,
We have nobody speaking.
Okay.
if no.
Oh, so there's no statutory time that it has to.
No,
For developing it. we can-
yeah, so I'll ask 3 times and then close the meeting, or close the hearing, then we'll carry on. But that's why I have to be here, because we had already announced it as a
In case
hybrid
somebody
meeting.
shows up.
So,
Okay.
so you guys just get to hang out at home,
Yep.
That we don't turn off or anything.
don't come to City Hall.
We're just, well, when you do something here, we're just there, we don't.
You-
All
You
right.
don't have, you just have to listen.
Okay.
But yeah, there's no participation, and then I will,
Then we'll go
Start back up.
Okay.
And then
and I can't remember if I put it before,
It's after public speaking, I think.
the public speaking, then the public hearing,
Okay.
and then,
Then resolutions.
yeah, then we
To
carry
be
on.
clear, the grantor required that a quorum of the council be present, so don't step away from that. Don't go away.
Oh, yeah, please don't turn up, don't turn off your cameras at that
Yeah.
point, so that we have you guys there. And that's why we had asked, or somebody had asked if we could just do this in a committee meeting, but the grantor said no. So that's why we're doing it unusually, but it shouldn't take up too much of the space.
Okay,
No problem.
good.
No, does anybody, you good with it tomorrow, what to do?
Just don't turn off your cameras.
You guys good over there? Okay.
All right, great. And hopefully next month, we'll be back in our digs.
Yeah, Kyle said that to the microphone, I think, last time I talked about it was Thursday, and she said a few days to a week, we should have it, so we're just missing it.
Yeah.
But we should have that, and if you go in the chambers, you can see the cabinets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The CP list, so we're getting closer.
Okay.
Okay.
So will public speaking only be virtual as well, or will? people
No,
here?
well, if people are here, they're here, so
Okay.
I'll accept anything,
Okay,
so they can come.
right.
The only thing is we'll just have to get the microphone.
Right. We're gonna be like Phil Donahue.
Yeah.
Bill, Donna, here.
Mics.
Yeah.
Do we have lights?
Naima says she doesn't know who Phil Donahue is.
You're 28.
A talk show host, and he
That's funny.
would run through the audience with his mic when somebody raised their hand with the question.
Guys,
In their face.
Yes, Carl.
motion to adjourn. Is there something happening or do you need me further?
We're getting ready to adjourn.
That's what I was trying to guide us toward. Thank you.
A couple of people were speaking, so I didn't want to be rude and interrupt them.
Totally good. So I was rude and interrupted. No problem.
Yes, sir. Okay, motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
See you all tomorrow.
We are adjourned. See you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, everybody,